Reflecting back on it, knowing now what was going on in my mother's life, how did she do it? How did she carry on being a mother, a wife, with everything that was going on in her life? I had chemotherapy. I know what it's like. But when my mother had her breast cancer, she also had chemotherapy. I hadn't experienced it yet at that time, but even though she had to have surgery, even though she was receiving chemotherapy, she kept on mothering. She did such a good job that I'll be honest with you, I don't think I gave her the same level of understanding and love that she really deserved. And it's taught me that there are many people in this world who care anyway. As bad as they might be feeling, with whatever suffering that's going on in their life, they care anyway. They keep on caring. And that's the attitude that I want to reflect on tonight. Because when you reflect on the cross, it can take you in many different directions that are all really powerful and helpful. I mean, for those of you who are Facebook fanatics like me, I'm sure that you read Reverend Kathy's reflection on the cross today. Yeah, I'm seeing all these heads nodding. So I hope you all liked and acknowledged that you read her reflection. It was powerful, wasn't it? Her reflection on the cross as suffering and what that meant for her time of suffering in her life. So the cross spoke to her in the way of suffering. Today, the cross spoke to me as a way of caring. In the Gospel of John, chapter 19, verse 25 to 27, standing close to the cross of Jesus were his mother's sister, Mary, the wife of Cleopas, and Mary Magdalene. Jesus saw his mother and the disciple he loved standing there. So he said to his mother, "He is now your son." Then he said to the disciple, "She is now your mother." From that time on, the disciple took her to live in his home. We can only imagine what Jesus was suffering as he's hanging on the cross. Look at what he had been through. Look at what they had done to him. There he was on the cross. And yet, even in the midst of that suffering, he carried on being Jesus, caring for his mother, caring for his beloved disciple. So the cross can also mean care. When we look upon the cross, we are able to see how much Jesus cares for us. Cares for us. But what I love about this passage is this care that Jesus shares with us is so powerful into our lives, it overflows our lives. When we're exposed to people like I was exposed to my mother, who cared even in the midst of her suffering, That's helped me to care, no matter how difficult it is, to continue to care. Because look what Jesus did. He cared, but then he said to his mother and to his beloved disciple, now you need to care for each other. May it start with you, and then may that care overflow. And it has throughout history. Look at the great care that we're blessed with through our Blessed Mother. Look at the great care that we're blessed with to this very day through our Blessed Mother. Why do we refer to her as our mother? Well, like that beloved, here is your sons and daughters. We have become a family. But what I also love is that through this great care, Mary cares for us, but then as sons and daughters, that caring overflows so that we care for one another. How? Well, how did the beloved disciple care? Well, that guy just sat down and wrote the whole gospel. The beautiful gospel that we just read out of John. That's a great way of caring. He gifted us with the Word of God. What a wonderful, caring thing to do for us, that we can spend time just on a simple little passage like this and be richly fed by it. Mary cared. John cared. We care. So let us continue to live that great care that the Lord had for us by caring for one another, no matter how difficult it might be, no matter if we're not having the best of days, if we're not feeling up to ourselves. I'll never forget my mother. I love, in a family, I don't know what your families were like, but have you noticed when you get the 24-hour bug, how everybody kind of gets it all at once? And who's the one that even's in the midst of it that cleans up for everybody else? Thank you, Mom. Care anyway. So later on this evening, we're going to be venerating the cross. Reach out and experience that care. And may that care then reach out to you and help you as you care for one another. May we be reminded that the cross means care.